Okay, one thing I know some people have said, why didn't they have this vehicle inspected by a mechanic before they bought it? They did. And I actually saw a video of it today. They video recorded a video chat with the mechanic that went through the engine. And he said a lot of things that I couldn't believe that he said. I'm not at liberty to publish that video or show it right now, but I will just tell you that they did have a mechanic look at it. And I think he did a very bad job at what he did. And I guess that's all I can say on that. But, you know, people come down hard on these guys that they weren't doing the right things. They were trying to do the right things, you know, by having the sellers go to a mechanic and have them look at it. And he even talked about driving the bus across the country and stuff like that, which kind of makes you think that he didn't just look at the engine, although from my understanding of what I saw in the video, he really was just talking about the engine. But I think the new buyers assumed that he was talking about the overall quality of the whole bus, and then took some other things that were said by the owners at heart, and just, you know, made a bad decision by not actually putting eyes on it and, you know, doing a video chat with somebody. And again, I can't get too much into it, but they did have it done, and it was not a very good inspection that was done on this engine. That is absolutely for sure. Everything's getting painted up good, sealed up so it doesn't rust again in the future. Bolt. The video's really showing it, but it's bouncing around. Yeah,
That bolt right there.
okay. Okay, that's all it was. It was just loose. So we took this off and put another washer in it because the ball joint was in good shape, and it no longer wobbles like it was. It was just, it wasn't all the way tight. We had a hard time getting it off because it was so loose because it was spinning. We used the pickle fork to wedge in there, and then yeah, took it right off. Added another washer, and now we can get a cotter pin back in it. Our hole is lined up right now. Keep going if it's pushing water out.
Pushing grease out now.
Okay, that's fine. I just saw water coming out at first.
Yeah.
That's good. You got a bunch of grease on the back of your arm. Is there a grease fitting on that next one there? Oh, you got it. You got it on the side. Okay. This is a locking air chuck from Lock and Lube. I've had a bunch of locking air chucks that never worked before, but this one has like little grippers that come out and grab it all the way around. So in here, push this, stick it on, and let go. Walk away. Get a weird angle that holds it on there. I've never had any locking ones that hold anywhere near what that one does. It works great. From Lock and Lube. I'll put a link. The owner of the local CarQuest, our new store that we use all of our commercial accounts for, his wife made us fresh homemade Christmas cookies in a little tin. How nice is that? Our other store didn't do that. That replacement wrench from Tecton came in quick. I just filled this out like on Thursday, I think, right? So it's that 1/2-inch one right there, that long one. I think there's one on the other side that has to come off too. Try it. It's not gonna come far. Okay. Okay, so we're taking the Jake brakes off of here because we're popping out the fuel injectors and replacing them with much larger fuel injectors. Get that done. So we have to take off these little rings that are put on there as part of a Stemco kit, and we're not using a Stemco seal, but that ring goes on there when the seal surface has worn a groove into the wiper surface there. But the type of seal that we're using spins around on itself. It doesn't spin on that shaft anymore, so we don't need that, and it's too big for our seals, which is the standard part number, but we just got to remove that in order to go. We do have a rosebud torch, by the way, but it absolutely sucks. We got to get a new, better one, so that's why he's using this one, but he's just careful what he does with it. I'm sure you can get it done for you. Okay. Usually you push down to the ground and then jiggle a little and then push in to get it. Oh my God. I tried the rubber strap wrench, it was just slipping, so now we're trying the big locking vice grip filter pliers. And they're just tearing the shit out of it. It's about ready to get a screwdriver through it in a minute. Yeah. I'm gonna stab it. Stabby bastard. Let it drain before we hit on it. Okay, you're through. Did you not stab it at a good angle to pull?
No, I did. It was just already bending your screwdriver.
I was stabbing something else in the back.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go through much more.
Give me a rag. In here more, but there's a giant puddle of ATF from where it kept spraying back when I was hammering it. Thank you. Yeah, I just made the hole in it bigger.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to try. Let it drain. We'll try both the pliers and the screwdriver at the same time. There it goes. Holy shit! We're gonna take the screwdriver out. Should have went to those first. That was tight. Don't tear your hand on the hole in the hole. It's still tight. There we go. That's the Cobra pliers that Tyler just used to loosen up the filter. They're pretty awesome. We need to get access to the engine here, to this side of the engine, through the floor up top in the bedroom, and he's built over that. We always tell people, make sure that you do not build anything that's hard to remove over the top of the engine, because we need access, the mechanics need access to this stuff to be able to do things, because we absolutely cannot get in there and do that any other way. We have to have that access panel on the top. Or we could remove the radiator and everything, which is a multi-hour job. We don't want to do that. There ain't much holding that together. Yep, that's exactly that. Really strengthened this whole corner back up.
Yeah.
That's a little warm still, by the way.
Probably still is.
I didn't touch it. My hand got close, and I felt the heat coming off of it. Yeah, that is nice, and it's definitely stronger. Get your fist through there. Turned out real nice. Much stronger and safer. Let's see if I can get the bottom, please. That's good enough. We can start.
Most best owners, they don't want me to lean stuff on it where they make the sides too flat.
Try and do it slow. That jack's hard to do slow. Okay, so this is the driver's side here, and we are at 6,000, about 700, maybe almost 750. So 6,750 pounds, I believe, is what I would say that is. And then let's go check the other side here. And 6,500 right on the, just almost maybe 490, something like that. Okay, so that's a lot of weight on the front axle. I believe he said that's a 15 kilowatt generator. Could be wrong. I'll have to confirm that with him, but that is a very large generator. A lot of weight right up there. The battery for that could be remotely moved to the back. That might help a little bit. You know, it's 100 pounds right there, probably 75 pounds, something like that. Bays are full, but they're not completely packed with stuff. This, you could travel with half fresh water and try to always empty your waste tank before you travel. That'll help free up maybe 500 pounds. Only fill your fuel tank up 3/4 of the way. That'll help you save some weight. And there's a lot of things you can do. That's the problem. This bus doesn't have a tag axle, so it's not really made for weight, but that allows them also to have an extra storage bay that you don't normally have, because normally there's a big tire there. So it allows you to be able to carry more stuff. If you shift some of your stuff to your tow vehicle, that'll free up some more room, saying that you can carry it so that the weight isn't on the axles. We did get this all opened up on the inside, so Tyler was able to get in there today. He's got everything apart on the head over here, ready to put the new injectors in, but they haven't gone in yet. But everything's out and ready to go. So yeah, the being overweight is a big concern. Right now, he has most of his batteries, his house batteries go back here behind the rear axle, and he has them taken out for us to have access back here, and he did put most of them in the bay up there. So that's gonna free up some weight on that front axle. We're gonna take those batteries out, move some things around, and see about reweighing everything and see where we're at that point. But yeah, being overweight on that front axle, he's over 1,000 pounds, And my guess is that he was probably about 2,000 pounds overweight, the previous owners with this bus. By the time you put people in it, that over 1,000 pounds, like 1,200 pounds overweight right now. There was no driver in the bus when we weighed it, and then we start adding, 5 or 6 people plus their belongings. It's going to be a big concern with this bus, making sure that it's not overweight. So gonna have to keep an eye on that, but we'll see what we can do here about getting it down. I want to get it down to below, at least at or below, with him in there, that front axle weight. We don't want to be overweight on the front axle for sure. Special thanks to our viewer Josh, who helped us locate these pipes out of his own personal stash. We were having a real hard time finding this pipe here that has a leak in it, and this one that we have on his bus currently was cracked all the way around this rim on both sides, and we welded it together to get him up the hill, but we needed a new one. He gave us a great price on this stuff. We got the 4 new wheel studs that we need for the ones that were stripped out. We got some extra clamps just in case we have problems with the ones that we have. Some of ours were kind of wanting to twist off at the end because they had been seized on there, so we got new clamps. But yeah, luckily we were able to get these. And then we had some people step up and donate some money to help this family out. So actually that was all paid for here. So this didn't cost them anything. So that was pretty awesome that we're able to get those parts like that. Here's some of our other parts we got from Diesel Pro Power: exhaust manifold gaskets, turbo gaskets, stuff like that. So we'll be able to get all this stuff on there hopefully tomorrow too.
See him loading up his tools, check the air and all those duels. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Well, he's got a long hard ride in old Lenny the Silver Sides. Get that bus grease monkey on the road. Well, he's got that hammer down and that 47 Hound. It's that bus grease monkey on the road. He travels all around and he's coming to your town. Get that bus grease monkey down the road. See that 4104 with the propped up engine door. Watch that bus grease monkey do his thing. 30 years behind that barn, cause it don't run worth a darn. Watch that bus grease monkey make it sing. He knows them Detroits, there's no doubt, upside down and inside out. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Saving buses far and wide in that old blue Silver Sides. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Now he's moved his family to the hills of Tennessee. Watch that bus grease monkey make his home, bringing buses back to life with the help of his dear wife. Watch that bus grease monkey get it done. Well, he travels town to town working on them old greyhounds. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Saving buses far and wide in old Lenny the Silver Sides. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know?